Hey guys, Rix here. I hope you're having a great day, and I'm glad that you clicked on this video and thought that, it would be a fun time to spend a little bit of your day with me, or night, wherever you are. But anyways, getting back to the topic of the video, we're doing something a little bit different than normal today. What we're going to be looking at are, sadly, what I would call the three worst, in my opinion, Brickmania minifigures that I have in my collection, just based on, I guess, accuracy and the printing. Most of the time, it's going to be the printing that's the issue. It's not the actual design, which is a shame because it just means that the execution was poor, even though the planning was great. So, I guess bringing in the third spot in terms of worst minifigs, what we have is the Rosie the Riveter. And I think that the reasoning that I kind of cut this figure a little bit of slack is because you get these really awesome 3D printed parts with it. You get, of course, I believe it's a nail gun or some sort of thing like that, or riveter. Obviously she's Rosie the Riveter, so, maybe it's something like that. And then you get this awesome 3D printed hair and cap piece. But, as was discussed in the video on Rosie, she has some not so hot flaws on the arms of the figure. As you can see here, it goes past where it should. Obviously, clearly that's not straight. And then you can see the printing residue right here where it almost looks like she's had a strange patchwork of skin pasted onto her forearm. So, it wasn't the design in this figure that was the issue in my opinion. It was really just the printing process and the lack of quality control that really let this figure down, because I was really hopeful that this figure was going to be great. You look at that 3D printed parts on it and you look at that really cool face and really cool torso, you just get really hopeful about this figure, and then you see those arms and it just kind of all falls apart. So that was number 3 for anybody's reference. And then, surprising to some people, I guess, so I believe that this is the Battle of Kursk minifigure. I am honestly not 100% sure. I did not get this straight from Brickmania. I believe that I got this either on eBay or Mercari. I'm not 100%, so I didn't get it from them, so I can't remember the name of it. But I think that the flaw for me is that I don't think that the thick lines on this minifigure translate well for this camo. I think that the camo looks a little bit too large almost. I don't know how to describe it. Like, the portions of the camo that are supposed to be small and finite and detailed, they just look a little bit too big, and I think that they don't work very well with the whole figure or the look that it's going for. As you can see, I think that these dots, it almost looks like an impressionist painting to me as opposed to a camouflage. So take that as you will. This is just really a personal preference. I don't really like how this camo kind of showed up in the style that we see here. So, it is what it is. I know that some people are going to say, hey, I love the way that that camo looks, and I think it looks great. And of course, everybody's entitled to their own opinions, and this is mine. So just as a refresher, that was number 2. And sadly, what I think is the worst Brickmania figure that I own in my collection is actually this, if I can get it to focus, this Brickmania Vietnam era donut Dolly. So again, the issue is not in the design. The design is great. Lando did a great job on this minifigure. The problem is the printing. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this, but you look at this leg, misaligned. You look at this, this arm is really bad. But if you can see, you look at the arm on the right, clearly that's just that line going down the center, and the fact that it extends here. If I can get closer, we can see. But that line down the middle and the fact that it extends onto the black line kind of on the shoulder, that's just unacceptable. It's just really unacceptable. And then if you go to this figure again, not this figure, but this side of the figure, again, there's that issue of that line, if I can get it to focus, going down the side. And then I think that just the more broad issue with this figure is take a look at her face and take a look at the color of the head, or the Lego head, should I say, and then look at her arms. Do they look like the same color? I really want to know your honest opinion, because in my eyes, what I see are completely different colors. The legs and the arms both are completely different flesh tones than the hands or the face. And that's just unacceptable. I know that this was color matching, and I know that they weren't, on the same, I guess, you know, the medium nougat, I think that's what you call the top color for her head and for her hands. You can't exactly match it, but I mean, it's so different that I think it just doesn't work. And then of course, other thing is that there's no printing for the skin on the inside of the arms, which this really shows you that they should have been printed on flesh tone arms, because otherwise you get this strange residue on the inside. Or it's not even residue, the lack of printing on the inside makes the figure look incomplete. So I guess in summary, going from third to first, what we have is the Rosie the Riveter holding the title of, in my opinion, the third worst Brickmania minifigure. Then we have the unidentified World War II German figure in the center. And then in the worst spot, in my opinion, I guess we can put it front and center, we have this Brickmania Vietnam era donut Dolly. Just due to the fact that those arms just so bad. The print quality is just really not great. I don't know where quality control went on it. I mean, really, just don't know where it could have gone, because I don't think that that figure should have been sold like that, being completely honest. But anyways, guys, that was kind of, if I move the camera a little bit closer so they're all in focus, that was kind of my lineup of what I think are the three worst. I mean, worst is kind of harsh. I just think that these are my three least favorite minifigures I have from Brickmania for the reasons I stated. You know, of course, I'm kind of curious what you guys think, so comment below and let me know. But as always, I appreciate all the support. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the normal stuff, and I'll catch you next time.